So when you're ready to purchase coverage, you typically want to do that at least 2 weeks in advance. We can sometimes accommodate rush requests, but when you go to apply, you'll go to our website, silencesportsinsurance.com, and you want to have some items prepared before you do that. One would be a copy of the insurance requirements from the venue, a copy of the waiver that you'll use, and a risk management document, which sometimes throws people. A risk management document is essentially just a list of things that you do to reduce the chance that you'll have a loss at the event. So that could be things such as pre-scouting the route, using those waivers, having emergency medical claim forms for participants, having an ambulance on staff, hydration, first aid, things like that. So our program requires that you have a risk management document that you'll attach during that process. You'll also want to have a list of your certificate holders or additional insureds. That would be the venue, it could be a sponsor. When you apply for coverage, you want to have a copy of the waiver that you'll use, a copy of the permit that shows the insurance requirements. You'll need a list of the additional insureds and or certificate holders for that, and these documents will be uploaded when you apply on our website. So when you're ready to apply on our website, you'll choose the application that you'll use. The first page is going to be some basic information, who the insured is, what the address is, the name of the event, when the event is, and your participant numbers. There'll be some optional questions, and then you'll move on to the next page, which will be your certificate requests. That's where we will add entities such as the landlord, the venue, or sponsors, so that we generate their certificates. The third page, you'll upload a copy of your waiver, a brochure or flyer or something, Facebook ad, something that shows how you're advertising it, and your risk management document. From there, you'll review coverage and then move on to the purchase. Once you purchase coverage, that gets submitted to our agency. You'll get a confirmation email from our staff. They'll let you know if everything is in order. They'll give you an estimate of the days that it'll take to process. Typically, it's 2 to 3 days. We can do rush requests for an additional fee. That puts your submission at the top of the list, but it's usually a short turnaround. Waiver of subrogation is an endorsement that is probably best explained through a scenario. If I were to borrow your car to go to the store and I get into an accident, your car's insurance should apply first. But because I was the driver, your insurance company would subrogate against me and collect under my insurance. So in an event scenario, the waiver of subrogation says that should, during the course of your event, the venue be negligent for the loss that your insurance company prior to the event agrees not to subrogate against the venue. A lot of people ask us about the waiver requirement, or actually the waiver or where I get the waiver. We do have a sample waiver that we can provide. It's very generic, but we do typically recommend that you consult with qualified legal counsel when drafting any waiver or release. We will see copy and paste of other events, other large events, other sanctioning bodies that have waivers. People will use those as well. So we don't specify what it is. It's just that one's required. As part of that list of insurance requirements, the auto is probably the second most common requested coverage, and the automobile liability protects your company, but the hired and not owned is basically for vehicles that are used in the course of business but not necessarily owned by your business. So this could be you hired a charter bus, you rented some vehicles, You've borrowed somebody's vehicle, or most commonly, volunteers will be using their own vehicles in the course of that event. So again, it's excess over the primary, so should a volunteer's vehicle be involved in an accident, that policy will apply first. But if the business is brought into the suit as well, or limits have been exhausted under the primary coverage, then the hired non-owned will kick in. We get lots of questions about not just what do I need, but typically when you have an event, the venue is going to require that you not only do you have insurance, but sometimes they will spell out what coverage you need to have. Traditionally, that's going to be general liability. Also, it'll also require automobile coverage, sometimes umbrella coverage, as well as some special language, such as additional insured. That's common. Specific wording like primary non-contributory or waiver of subrogation, and those are coverages. They're actually endorsements to the policy that we'll add and include on that certificate. And your event may or may not fit into the silent sports program, but all events have some of the same exposures, right? You've got your landlord, you've got your venue, you've got participants, you've got you name it. And a lot of times events can fit into one of our programs, but we're not locked to just this particular silent sports program. If your event is unique or has components that our program may not be capable of handling, we do have other markets that we'll apply to. Once you're ready to apply for insurance, go to our website and you pick out your application, and then you'll start that application.